The age anecdote always says all good best of threes are decided on Inferno. This one could be just the 2 maps, as Inferno here is a prime opportunity for Virtus.pro to book their tickets to a grand final here at ESL Challenger Katowice. And we're heading in as well. It'll be 9Z, most likely starting on that CT side. And similar to what we saw on Towards Ancient, they need to start off strong. They have to bounce back. That 10, 15-minute break we've had in between the 2 maps has to be in the best pep talk from TGE we've ever seen.
Yeah, one of the things to consider is, of course, it's a decent pick for VP. It's got all this history. They've already played at this tournament, etc. But it's actually quite a good map for 9Z as well. One that they like moving towards. So we did see this as, you know, not a complete side winder coming in terms of the veto, but it was certainly an interesting move from VP that they didn't really consider 9Z and their prowess and whatever. They've just gone totally solo decision. Max out in the open. Fantastic flash to get him off the angle. Ooh, he's not going to dedicate just yet. In comes the utility now. We'll get a nade down. Some decent damage to come off the back of it. It's not an awful lot, though, to be fair. He did have that smoke available. Kind of interesting that he didn't throw that one down to try and keep them at bay, I suppose. Indeed, A on the pistol and B on his own. There's not really anyone on the other side of the smoke to keep them at bay. Norbert holding in behind. Oh, a rough start for him. Does well to find one try. Unfortunately, just walked straight into his crosshair while he was shooting at someone else. 4 versus 4, 3 from Banana. Fantastic flash around for Kicker, but the response is even better. Just 3 remaining now. They will try and take some space out towards the ruins area. Max just has to hold strong, try and keep the line. He does indeed. All on to Fame. Ooh, and down through the smoke for good measure, 9Z. That is a very clean pistol.
It's a very, very good pistol. Only the 1 casualty, the first person on towards the side itself. That retake is immaculate coming through from 9Z. You spot on, talking about the map itself, it is a map in which 9Z themselves don't mind playing. They've actually won it convincingly this month already. They took down Complexity 16-6 in an ESL Cash Cup game. But it's a map in which they're more than happy to go towards. They played it in the qualifier for this tournament itself, taking down INTZ 16-9. So yeah, it's a map in which 9Z don't mind playing at all. So it's by no means a punish pick the way that Ancient theoretically was a punish pick towards VP. And this is definitely a call when you look towards the way in which it's set up. VP are playing absolutely for themselves. They don't have any sort of considerations about what's good for 9Z, what's bad. It's what are we good at, and what can we dominate on. And Inferno is probably one of the best maps for it. Whether it's a tough team like Party Astronauts who were to break down, they were actually playing some great Counter-Strike to kickstart the tournament here against Virtus.pro. VP still able to take them down. So 9Z absolutely got their backs against the wall here. And especially considering that flip has fallen.
Nade isn't quite fast enough to drop the response. They are very low on the B-bomb site, though. Maybe looking to call for a rotation. VP, however, not dedicating, keeping them guessing. One of the big things here, the 9Z buy, is a little weird for me. We have an AWP come out super early.
Yeah.
3 rifles as well. Maybe would have liked to see another MP9, so we had some utility left here. Of course, they've got absolutely none. And there's still a minute left. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, VP have plenty to execute, and it's one of the things they do so well, particularly on this map, is hold on to that T-side utility to perfection, just making sure they have the right amount to get a hit going at the tail end. Flashes come round. DGT looking to get cheeky through the smoke. They are going to flash him off, though. Really well done here from VP to keep those players at bay. They found one. They know there's going to be a second around here. Buddha was hoping he'd go overlook. Not going to happen for him. So, man advantage coming in. 4 versus 3. Bomb plant round. DGT on the edge of the smoke. Tries to get cheeky. Not going to happen. I think we maybe look towards a save here for 9Z.
Yeah, the only problem is this try is close and personal with the AWP in hand. Miss shot. Uncharacteristic miss for Try. And that AWP in jeopardy for him. Down it falls to the Glock. And a recovery mission here now for David to try and see if 1, if he can win the round, 2, if he can scoop the AWP back up, but he will not be given the satisfaction. A prime Virtus.pro round there. Hold that U-tool late in towards the game. And then drop it over towards B with a quick pop coming through and just play off the back of entries and a couple of lurking flashbangs. VP, they'll tie up this game 1 round apiece, but a really solid response of what was a pretty janky half by all things considered. They're coming in with primarily just the Galils, and they make it sing pretty damn loud.
Yeah, Norbert did a lot of work with the Glock, dude. Don't even need no guns.
He's playing brilliant, man.
He is playing very well.
Continued that form over Ancient. He finished Ancient being the highest rated player in the server, right? He had an absolute mammoth showing.
Playing pretty confidently as well, which I feel like you wouldn't necessarily expect with where his situation is at in the team.
He had a 1.67 on Ancient.
That's pretty damn good, bro.
Damn good rating. 24 and 14 he finished. 120 ADR.
Yeah, I wish I could put up those kind of numbers.
I can.
Oh, okay. All right.
I am that guy.
You got the wrong job. You should be on the server with the fellas. 9Z might be able to use you right now, sir. Big shot through the smoke from Maxwell. Can't retrieve the weaponry, and it's kind of funny because he finds that kill, and I think he fully scares VP off, which is not really what they wanted. They're stacking B. They want them to come towards B. However, the nature of this map, the nature of VP keeping the guessing game going, I think they might go back.
I think he's done it. He's baited them back in with that smoke. It's a bit of a lurk smoke, right? So it allows for 9D to play around it and play up close and personal, but VP have absolutely hook, line, and sinker fallen for it.
Yeah, they're so ready. Mollies have got to be clean here if they get a nice one towards first orange, which I think they just about do. DGT going to be pushed into an awkward spot. Both in towards a new box, not really where they wanted to be. Tried, tracked, and found. Fantastic frag from Fame, 2 at new box. However, just on the pistols, it's not quite going to be enough. Max does manage to find one. It's close on the second, isn't it? They are making it work for this. Only 10 seconds to go. David, though, too far away from the action. I think that smoke is going to start to dissipate. Won't have the opportunity to drop the bomb, unfortunately. That would have been his hero moment. Escapes him. They will work their way into decent post plants here on that T side of things. Kickett's picked up an AWP. David, slowly but surely moving in. Nobody giving him anything right now. Will take the elevated position. Trying to spot the player over at Coffin, but he's not there anymore. Makes all the noise. Just around the corner is my man Kickett. However, it's Fame to find the frag. Nonetheless, VP have seen off the second round.
Yeah, and the AWP scooped back up as well. Kicker dropped it for the Galil to play the close contact, and then, well, it all comes back in their favor. VP, it looked a little bit shaky, looked a little bit uncomfortable, but they claw it back in their favor. That's a lovely opener from Max. Of course, completely accidental, but either way, they go into a fully stacked B site, and they manage to overcome it relatively okay as well. Only the 3 casualties in what, well, 2 more plus casualties in what could have been a bit of a shaky one. Off the back of taking that second round, VP actually going to call for a very early timeout. So most likely, probably something that Dastan's picked up on. He's going to have a little bit of a conversation here, but it is going to be looking over towards 9Z, what their response is like for them, what their economy is going to be looking like as well, which is minimal, which means they won't be having too much of a buy. On paper, this should be a bit of a freebie.
It's big respect again from Virtus.pro, though. It's great to see, you know, they fully are recognizing that 9Z have got a good try into this map, so they really do want to hit the round running on the VP side of things. Saw them use quite a lot of timeouts. Despite being so far ahead and so comfortable, they still used a couple of timeouts on the T side of things.
Yeah.
Really looking to play great Counter-Strike. I think you have to start your day off well as well. You know, they're expected to win this one. They are looking like they're going to with the win on the previous map, but then you also have to be in the right mindset going through to the grand final, which of course takes place later today. And you have this weird gap in between. It really does make life a bit weird to stay present from a mental standpoint. Super clean there, just taking down all the pistols from 9Z. Nothing happening, nothing coming. We're going to see the first proper rifle round come out now, and this is where CT side, to believe in themselves, have to put something up. And we did see previous map, they didn't pick up a single CT side round.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a throwaway. All things considered, it was just a low buy round. 9Z didn't bring anything to the table in terms of an investment. So, rifles out. Try cannot pick up the AWP, so he himself will join with the M4A1S. VP, technically speaking, we chalk this to being a bonus buy. Fame still at the Mac 10. Yeah, I've got an AWP in play and a triple AK in support, so it is still, as bonus buys go, a pretty healthy one. And Norbert again, who's been so good in the entries. Looking, hunting, searching for information. Not being given too much just yet. A little bit of a slower tempo being set by VP. They're trying to bait out as much 9Z utility as they can. And I like this.
It's kind of interesting. They've given Norbert an awful lot more to do, I think, today. He was making all these solo plays, pulling off a lot of aggression early on the previous map, and it has carried over here. So I'm very interested to see how much more success he can find. But yeah, it definitely feels different. And maybe the close game against Party Astronauts in particular has woken them up ever so slightly. They were loving the pop plays towards the top end of Banana. It seems like that is not quite as commonplace just yet. Smokes towards B. 9Z with an A lean. Well, unfortunately, kept at bay in this one, and they are looking at a retake right now with these smokes coming in. The drop back from Buddha gives them full site control. I don't quite like this. 9Z are here pretty quickly, I suppose. Another follow-up smoke to come down. But look at the post plant. They're all just on top of each other. A wild send through the smoke. Kicker is playing anti-flash. Finds his kills successfully. Norbert on high. It's all too easy for VP right now. A pickup from DGT maybe gives them a college try into this round, but we'll see. Not looking too likely. I don't think they've got a chance on this one, to be honest. Norbert follows up for another. Oh, wow. VP are just so on it right now, and they are running rings around 9Z.
Absolutely. Coming in towards this second map as well. We look at the stats overall from Katowice so far. 3 out of the top 5 are from Virtus.pro. Flip leading the way. 1.49 he averages so far this tournament. Jame and Kickit in 4th and 5th place respectively with a 1.22 and a 1.19. And the way Norbert's playing, honestly, he could be joining them. But a really, really solid round there once again. Everything that Try and Co seem to throw at VPs isn't sticking. And for VP, they're in a very strong position right now. 9Z just not playing the way we would hope. And the bite for them, heading into round number 6, is that of an M4, MP9, and a Scout alongside a couple of pistols. It's a really rough one. Sticking around kind of around that 2K mark, so they have money to work with, but I mean, at the moment, this round differential is starting to get away from them. Jame takes a tag, but the AWP a little bit stronger than the Scout, and he confirms the kill.
Slowly back over towards this B-bomb site as they look for a double pump again, keeping the fake utility towards A. Starve 9Z of information. They've been so effective at that so far, as you would expect from VP, just really squeezing you dry on this map. Get you in a chokehold. Definitely does seem to be the case here. What is the move? Are we going through the smoke? It looks like it. Nice effective flashes, to be fair to them, and they managed to pull it off. A round like that, a risk like that, and it looks so damn easy is really not a good sign for 9Z. Trouble is looming. Looking to save. Absolutely the right call. Keeping the M4 and the MP9 alive is much better than nothing. They're going to have a buy-in towards the next round, but it's VP who are now already on the T side pulling away. That's going to be a 4-round buffer at 5-1 on the scoreboard. And Virtus.pro, who are playing some lights-out Counter-Strike right now. Some of these individuals that we've spoken about really stepping up. Fame and Kickit, 6 kills apiece. Norbert leading the way again with an 8-2 scoreline. He has been brilliant so far. Of course, not really doing too much in that round because not required to. But these solo players that Norbert's going for are finding so much information and success. It's one of those things, when Norbert goes on his bit of a solo tirade, he pokes and prods and he doesn't spot anything. That is information in itself. The lack of information he finds is information. He knows nobody's here, there's space here, nobody's showing presence, so actually be careful of stacks here, there, and everywhere. It gives Virtus.pro all of these advantages. They're in a really tough predicament right now. We look over towards 9Z, and we've spoken about TG, the coach, but we're actually looking at some of the experienced heads as well. Max, DGT, they've been in this roster for a long time. They've seen all the iterations of 9Z. I mean, DGT's been in this roster for 4 years now, as of this month. So we're looking at these sort of guys who have got a wealth of experience, of course, primarily domestic experience, but to try and dig deep in towards the strat book, dig their heels deep in towards this game, and see whether they can push it to a map number 3. Overpasses the decider if we need it. But the way things are panning out right now, it's looking unlikely. I don't like the way the faces look on 9Z either. They seem kind of dejected, yeah. Especially Max in the middle, trying to lead the way. I'm not feeling too good. 9Z have got to try and turn things around, I would imagine. That is the primary purpose of their timeout. Again, as you mentioned, maybe not too deep strategically. Just all about the motions right now. Minute and 30 gone on the clock, VP. Looking to play around apartments, and well, 9-0 in the right place. Just depends on the timing. There is going to be a peek to come round, a double peek, in fact, though. It's a 2-on-2 directly. Oh, man alive.
That man again.
Yeah, 90 have got to be kicking themselves, so I feel like Tri should be finding at least one there on the trade. It's not going to happen. You know, you're 2v2, you're set up in the right place. How are you letting them do that to you?
Now, of course, once again, pushing further forward. Still sticking around. Trying to make Tri's life a nuisance. They'll catch him with a flash. He takes a pop shot, so now they've got all the information. The AWP is there. They're looking back towards B. 3 players ready and waiting. Towards 9Z, but they're going to leave Tri alone. Nice shot. Norbert will fall. Finds the entry, and then dies for information. They're going to commit towards B, and that's where the bit of the gamble stack is.
Flip charging in, leading the way. Kicking going to find the first frag, though. Oh, DGT in for a triple kill. He's brought it down to a 1 versus 1. Love that move from DGT through the smoke. The confidence to go for it. The dry swing. He just finds them all in the right place. Both the AWPers move on to a rifle. How hilarious is that? Let's see how this pans out. Try moving from Banana. James just playing the time, playing nice and safe towards the new box. Doesn't really need to take the peeks. We'll now start to have a look. Ooh. Try just around the corner, going for the elevated position, going to make the noise, and James gets the drop on him. Staying cool in the clutch. That's a big one for VP. It was damn close. 9Z's closest for a long time, but VP shut them down once again.
Yeah, as James always does. He's so level-headed as players come. The IGL, the AWPer of this team, and really bails them out of what was looking like a little bit of a sticky situation. That 3K that comes through. We take a look at it once again. DGT going massive. And DGT absolutely needed that. He had a pretty dire map number 1. One of them, the guys he's meant to be probably the star player, or one of them over towards 9Z, ended the map in a 0.47 rating. I mean, that alone says about how dire things were looking for 9Z. He couldn't have any impact. At least he's kickstarted the campaign here in towards Inferno. That buffer, though, still at 5 rounds, with the buy of 9Z being less than adequate. It's not that great. M4 and an AWP, supported by the pistols. It's a very weird, haphazard buy here. See what comes of it. Tries to post it up. He's one man over towards that B side. Buddha's all alone. The youngster's in trouble. The new boy on the block for 9Z needs a miracle round. Finds one. Somehow stays alive.
Yeah, those shots are close as well on the smoke. Molotov going to deny the bomb plant for now. Boost attempted, but not able to find anything. Would have liked to see that rifle go up on the boost. Oh, not going to be the case. James, I think, in between both of them with that bullet. Bomb does eventually go down. Again, another decent try here for 9Z. Don't have the utility, they don't have the kits, but they've got the manpower right now, and they've got the confidence to just send it, just go wild. Flash is so effective. Oh, and the spray down is clean from both. However, Flip will run out of ammo eventually, leaving it all onto Norbert to stay cool here, in and around the pillar. Confident to take the fights. Max, on half HP, has retrieved a Molotov. Will push Norbert into an awkward spot, but he's happy to play in the fire. Will go down. I don't know whether he's quite bought enough time. This is going to be a close defuse on the 10-second. It does look like Max has got it just over the line. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh! Just gets the defuse in. Norbert nearly played it to perfection in the flames, but no, Max has got on his side.
That's unfortunate. Norbert had to buy half a second there. And maybe just staying alive in those flames would have done exactly that. But just by the finest of margins, 9Z are bailed out. They stay alive in this game, in this map, the series, everything coming down to Inferno right now. What was a lackluster start for 9Z. They're hoping that can be a catalyst to further success. They need to start chaining rounds together. At the moment, that's the first one they found since the pistol itself.
That's the big one, Dog. That is the big one, to be fair.
It's a confidence booster.
Yeah, hopefully gives them the morale as well. I think it's the big thing that, you know, they can all bond together over a big individual moment like that. It is often the case. Now more important moving forwards, though, of course, to make sure VP do not reset you. Both financially and mentally. Flash towards Banana. Missed shot from Tri, bro. He's having a rough one. He really is. Utility will come down, keep that banana control in limbo. Flit waiting for a flash. I don't think it's going to come once that smoke's gone down. 50 seconds. It still feels like VP want to hit B here. Oh my god, look how much utility they have left. Again. I love it.
So easy, and they bait out so much from the CT side. It's something that VP do so effectively. Here they come. Over towards B once again. Flit on the entry, drops Matt, the boosted player of Buddha. Goes for one and only before he falls away. But he stays alive by the skin of his teeth. Bomb. Still trying to go down and will do so, but could be messy. Baiting for a double. Bails out kicking and nearly falls, and Flit steps up to the plate. A home run from him on towards Try. Leaves David in a solo 1 versus 4. This mission, tougher than most. For 9Z to chain 2 rounds back to back. It seems like an impossible ask to them right now. And VP, scot-free, with only the 1 casualty, will pick up yet another on this T side. Up to 7 now.
9Z feeling so desperate on some of these moves, on some of these retakes. You know, you still got about 30 seconds left on the bomb. You're sending players through the smoke. I don't know that you need to do that. Especially when, on an individual level, you're just not quite hitting the mark.
Yeah.
So they hand some easier fights to VP than they were expecting. Can't even find the player in barbecue, you know what I mean? It's like, you peek through, you get the guy, maybe you get traded at the very least. It's like, okay, we've done something with it, but they don't even get the kill. That is the worst part. And again, you can just see the energy is lacking. TGE not quite as vocal, not quite as emotive, excited, right? Yeah. You know, he was clapping yesterday. He was like, come on, boys, let's do this. But he's chilling. And that's not the best sign.
They're needing a little bit of kind of, you know, hype, right? They just need a confidence booster. The morale is at an all-time low right now. So far this tournament, 9Z have been playing some really good Counter-Strike and very confident. And we were talking about it against Ecstatic yesterday. They're a side who seems to have a lot of this kind of South American flair. The individuals can really step up. They can go huge at times. And the big names are uncharacteristically quiet. One especially being that of Try. The AWP 2-9 right now. And in a world of trouble. The Twitch chat predicted 9Z. So did Wolfie as well. And they are hoping that that magic lucky panda can come and bail them out. But it's not a good start. Norbit, the entry god, yet another Try. Good night. He gets deleted.
Try's gone, bro. Try's gone. This is really not his game. 2-10. He's died in every single round. Disaster. Kill comes in towards A. They will confirm the A bomb site. I think they had the info there that there was definitely 3 towards B. DGT is here quite quick. Ooh, and are they just going to save? Take the AK that they have? I think they will. Try and recover the AWP if they can. Jane has got it locked down. Yeah, getting a bit weird, right? We see Try actually invested for that AWP.
Yeah.
She's got no money. They'll be on max loss bonus, like, but, you know, it really is getting out of hand now. VP already won the half. They're looking to go even deeper than that, and I'm feeling confident for them, to be honest with you. The way in which a lot of these rounds are going down, the post plants, super clean. The fact that they primarily keep hitting B.
Yeah. Do you know what, though? It's the age-old kind of saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it really isn't.
Yeah,
Every single time they're getting away, more or less scot-free. Go towards A that time, and it's a very easy opener for Norbit. I think if Norbit doesn't find that kill, they might default back towards B again. They saved a lot of that util for exactly the same play that they've been using rinse and repeat. But for 9Z, they're now really starting to get into their own heads a bit of, do we then gamble stack B? If we gamble stack B a bit, we leave other parts of the map isolated alone, relying on individual step off for multi-frag. It's a really awkward predicament, in fact.
Yeah. VP are just on this really simple rotation as well of kind of, they'll fully execute B, and then they'll contact execute B, and then they'll maybe leave it to a late execute, right, that's somewhere in between.
Yeah.
They're really just displaying subtle variants when they're moving towards the B bomb site. The 9Z are trying to adapt on the fly, and they can't. VP are being really original, really creative, actually. Doesn't feel like it, though, you know? It doesn't feel wild. It's not like, okay, expect anything. This is a bit different. Quick towards A. Norbit clean. Flash is great. Jame comes round for one as well, but Try is here for a double. Finally activating, he swapped across to the rifle, didn't have the money for the AWP, and that might just be what the doctor ordered. However, the bomb site is vulnerable via short, so they will still be able to get the plan.
AK scooped up, Try desperately trying to spam through to find Jame. Unsuccessfully in this 3 versus 3. Buddha flanking Jame. Does he realise? He does, too late. Down he falls. Numbers now favour 9Z for the first time in a long time around. Could go their way. But Flit has other ideas. Finds one. Brings things back level. Fame will sit in the flame to try and keep himself alive for as long as. But it's Flit who has to pull off a masterclass. Looking for another. Jumping up. It'll cost him his life. And with just enough time and a kit in the back pocket, Buddha defuses. And 9Z find a third. They are bailed out of that round by a bit of a masterclass on Buddha on the retake. But 9Z still yet to see them go back-to-back in rounds, yet to see them find any level of consistency. And speaking of consistency, Norbert right now 4-0 in opening duels. This guy unstoppable when it comes towards the entry fragging. And this is what we want to see. That is crisp. DGT didn't have a hope and a prayer of getting out along there.
My guy. But they have put together a pretty good retake there on the 9Z side of things, staying cool under pressure thanks to Try. Finding 2 with the rifle really opened up that round. The AWP ain't working for him though, man. That's a hard shot to hit, to be fair. Maybe starting to rag into him a bit too much, but still. There's a lot of misses here. There's a lot of misses. Really, really big round. VP have shown they can string some together. If they win this, they get another reset. And they probably move to double digits super early on into the half. Try with a reposition towards B. Perhaps it's the area rather than the gun itself. He will find the opener, and he will manage to fight off another day. Jame comes round to pick him off, though. Overcompensating, perhaps, on that CT AWPer.
Yeah, Try really starting to get into his own head here. You can see. Gets one, spots information. He feels like he desperately has to keep going for multi-frags. Could have found a kill there and fallen away. Absolutely. Flash will come through. Norbert will fall to James Flash, in fact. Jame answers back with a lovely flick on towards Max. He knows what's tucked in towards the corner. Buddha's in trouble. And Buddha, he's 6 feet under Jame, the Destroyer, right now. And David in a situation of a 1 versus 3 where Jame does not care. What a round for him, that man individually. 4 kills to his name. And Virtus.pro find 9. And once again, deny 9Z getting consecutive rounds.
It's a shame he's starting to feel for them now, but the game is getting away from them. And again, not even really bringing that one too competitive. It does speak to the fact that, yes, you've won a couple of sporadic rounds, but maybe you don't even realize where the wins are coming from.
Yeah.
Unable to replicate and unable to stay stable. You see another half bite come through. Push down mid, Jame ready. Ooh, not for the close player though. Will fall. There's also the bomb out in the open. Try with a big headshot on the scout. Has opened this round way up. David can't get the up-close shot. He wasn't covered from behind either. There's a push through from Banana, but Fame is on it. Super aware, ready for Buddha. Not going to be able to get him. And they are as yet to retrieve the bomb once again. Norbert down middle. May well get a catch, but then maybe not. Try has crept round to take his head clean off. Flip for 27 HP has got a clutch up against 2.
This is difficult. Pop shot with Scout. Connects to any part of the body, and he's done, and he will do exactly that. A body shot from Try. Sees it out, and there's the noise from TG. That's what we need to see. Get the spirits up. Start getting a little bit loud. Get proud of the rounds that you're taking. And in that sense, you can slowly maybe make conversations about getting back into this game. 4th on the board. And it comes from a little bit of an unorthodox push coming through from the CT side. But it works. Better from 9Z. It's good to see them taking map control as well. But it still isn't alarm bells by any means over towards VP. They've already got 9 rounds on the T side. A map in which is statistically the most even map in the pool. 52% CT sided. But even still, this is a very good T side. All things better than average is absolutely what we'd say.
Looking for banana control as the utility rains on down. So much fire there in the alley. Much quieter kind of approach here from VP. Still I think a little thwarted by the previous round, not quite as confident in this. They have a very far back default this time around, where usually they have been playing on the front foot quite a lot. So it does make a lot of sense, I think, with being uncomfortable at the moment. 9Z are certainly on track to come back into it, and VP are saying, look, we want that double digits. We maybe even want that 11-4. We've got to deny the 6 rounds away.
40 seconds to work with. And it's a very quiet round here, much slower. This is great tempo shifts, may I say, from VP. Looking towards A. 3 players here ready and waiting. Fame going to try to take this first contact as well. Smoke will come through or give him some space to work with. David finds ahead through the smoke. He has insta-traded DGT up close and personal playing in Cold Zero. This is tough, and DGT might get another in the smoke. Flip will pounce on towards Try. A 3 versus 3, but lads, time is ticking. The clock is not your friend, but Fame is. The bomb goes down, and now the round in jeopardy for 9Z. Max and Buddha have to pull this one from the depths of despair, and I think despair will call them to save. Both rifles going to tuck their tails between their legs and head over towards the B side. They've called it. VP up to double digits in the first half.
Yeah, the big one was DGT. We were looking for him to drop the bomb, but unfortunately it goes down a bit too easily and will not be able to defend. It's a difficult decision for 9Z, but it feels like the only one. 10 rounds from the T side. Feels like a lot for me. Feels like enough indeed. And I think VP, CT wall that they'll be able to put up with, a Norbert performing well as well. You know, if you've got one of your more supportive anchor elements looking good, it can be very hard to crack into bomb sites.
For sure. When we saw VP play Party Astronauts on day 1 here at ESL Challenger Katowice, of course, was on Inferno. That was an 87.5. It was pretty even. 87 in favor of VP, but PA really pushed on the distance. Unfortunately, 9Z haven't been able to replicate it. Not pushing them any sort of distance right now. 5 is the best that 9Z can get. And even that, honestly, sort of feels unlikely. The way that they've been going, you'd expect each and every round at the moment to go the way of Virtus.pro. No AWP in play for Try, but I don't mind the core, really. He has been looking pretty shaky with it.
Yeah, he's looked a lot better on the rifles, honestly, so I think stick with that.
Hang on. Double sandbag stack here. Nade will come through, but actually he's not bounced over towards the sandbag. He's bounced to the corner. VP aren't going to go off this. They're poking and prodding. They're doing a standard VP thing of holding that util late. And they've got a pop flash if there's any sort of contact. The second they hear a flash come over, we'll see the likes of Buddha throw his and allow those 2 players over towards sandbags to fight. They're both playing anti, but Flair might actually play contact here.
They're actually giving up the position. Gonna keep Max close. Is he getting a flash? He is.
Oh.
James on him though. Jiggle peeking that angle, gets the perfect timing to hide away from the flash, make sure there ain't no funny business. So they've actually handed VP a clean opener. Not the intention. Flash towards mid. Nice read. But can't find the frags. The moves aren't too bad. The execution of it, unfortunately, is getting away from them. David for 1. Don't really think that it's going to be enough, to be honest. Bomb will go down momentarily. Of course, they're going to go for this final round of the half, sorry. But it doesn't feel like they really have a chance in hell. Moto smoke comes down. That is the first step to defeat. They've got 2 more smokes. They'll both be going Moto, I can guarantee that. So a real challenge for 9Z to break back into this site, retake nades of their own to come in and just throw themselves at it. Not going to happen. Fame with the spam down and the nade to finish it off. 11-4 at the turn of the half. What a look VP have got today. They are hoping to demolish this series 2-0. Grand final spot, Pro League spot, and of course, another challenger to add to the belt is certainly potential for today. Let's see if they can make it there after the break.
ocean, sunsets, riding waves. We stay forever. Where the rhythm never ends. 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 Where the rhythm never ends.
Well, to put it bluntly, that was a one-sided affair coming through. 11-4. 90 are begging, praying, hoping that Zonic's law comes true for them here today. But let's be honest, it doesn't look like it's happening. They have been decimated in that first half on Virtus.pro's map pick, and now we head on to them being on the CT side. A pistol round to start is necessary for 9Z, but some part of me feels like it's unlikely.
Yeah, perhaps. It's a long road ahead, but you just have to take the good with the bad, I suppose. They had a few decent rifle rounds in there, a couple of individual moments bailed them out, but overall not good enough. So we'll see here. Shaping up for B. They've got plenty of utility to work with. VP are so ready, though. Rotations are already round. Great read, great information gathered towards middle there, I believe. Smokes will come round. Norbert trying to keep one at bay. Fame, meanwhile, boosted up quite early on. Spamming away, gets flashed. It's a bit awkward. Flit, though. Oh, in from the back of the site. Him and Fame just going to demolish them. Absolutely no chance to make it in. VP have written them off and might just start to solidify the lead. And, of course, the victory here in the first semi-final.
That was absolutely brutal. There was just no chance. Not a hope and a prayer at all for 9Z there. One flash. 4 players get caught completely blind. And you can see Kicker, that supporting util from him was wonderful. Gave Fame and Flip all the space in the world to work with. Another attack pause called by Virtus.pro. We said earlier, you know, it was about respect for them, but I think this one isn't. I think it's just disrespect. They want to make them sit on losing that round, what it means to the mental. VP, the kings of the mental game. The kings of breaking morale. Yeah, TG, maybe not the time to be smiling here, brother. You are in a dire situation. Laughs coming across the squad. This is a puzzling scene, to say the least.
It is a little bit.
They are right now 12-4, and it's all smiles and chuckles in the server for 9Z, apparently. We'll see. Stone Cold Killers over towards a VP who have looked immaculate so far, not making a mistake really at all. And let's see. That's bye for them. 9Z, no bomb plant, no money, means no investment. Towards round number 17. It's going to be a difficult one, to say the least. This one, we're not expecting really anything from 9Z. Off the back of that pause, I know what the call's going to be looking like in towards their full buy in round number 18.
VP testing out the banana control, getting super deep into it as well. This is how you play the 4-man stack. 9Z look for a 4-man A play quite a lot, but they did it when they didn't have banana control. Really sort of a weird move. Leaves that B bomb site very vulnerable indeed, but this is the way you do it. You get in deep, you make sure there's nobody there, find frags if they are, and just keep the one guy jump spotting on the half wall. So, early stages, but really confident stuff from VP already.
Yeah, and for Flit as well, that B play, he's got a smoke. The second he spots any contact, just drops in towards top banana. That's it. Game set. Fame will find the first kick in for one of his own. These pistols aren't really going to amount to anything. Let's be perfectly honest. I think they're getting very quickly farmed up here by the SMGs. A little bit of extra pocket change of the cash bonus too. Blitz takes a dink, but he will see it off. A flawless round for Virtus.pro. 13-4. A 9-round lead. It is dire. It's rough. For 9Z. Now's the time. If they've got anything left in the locker, anything left in the tank for them, now's the time to prove it. Full buy going to come out for them. AK's on deck. I don't think they can have an AWP. Yeah, they can't have the AWP. So try. We'll just use the Khalil. But honestly, he's really struggled with the AWP anyway, so I don't really mind the call.
Yeah, it feels like if they don't start winning some rounds, obviously he's not going to have a chance to get the AWP out. Run boost coming in. Jane with a quick peek across, tries to find the very tippity top of the head. But Try ducks under his bullets. Banana approach here from 9Z. Good to see some confidence. They'll gain some decent space. However, again, it is perhaps given away by the VP side of things. They've rotated a player across. They know what is up here.
Double stack of it was Coffins. I like this. Kick it. Was playing that pixel peek. You kind of see over towards the right-hand side. One playing anti. One going to play contact with the MP9. In comes the Uso. Kick it. Not opting for anything. They jump to block the smoke. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference here, but a boost could be huge.
I like the idea. Waiting for the perfect time. Flash comes round. Trying to activate correctly. Norbert is around to defend as well with that MP9. Smoke to keep them at bay. He will eventually go down. DGT's found his way in towards CT, but Flit is aware. 3 remain. Oh, now just 2. Kicker was the other man in behind enemy lines that they weren't expecting. Bomb has yet to be planted, to be fair. This is, again, not looking too good for 9Z. Need a hero to pop off here. Neither of these players have had the best of games, but they are towards the top end of the scoreboard, so that just kind of goes to show where things are at for 9Z. Try and move into some decent post plans. Not going to happen for Buddha. It's just David with nothing but a Galil. Down he goes to the AWP. And that might just seal it for me. 14 rounds for VP and another very simple one.
Yeah, brutal display it has been from 9Z. They're still yet to put up, in the entirety of this map, a consecutive round. They've only had these flash-in-the-pan moments, and unfortunately for them, that wasn't one of them. At a 10-round disadvantage, it feels like we're in the dying embers of this game. And unfortunately, for the likes of 9Z, who have been so good in this tournament, so competitive, some of their individuals been brilliant. Even if they were to lose, they're the underdogs on paper, right? And even if they were to lose in this game, we were hoping it would
competitive.
Be a bit of dignity, but they're just bowing out really now in a, well, really undignified fashion. It has been a really rough display from them. Hoping, though, maybe we see something in the tail end. It's not done and dusted. This is what makes CSGO beautiful. Not over until it's over. So 9Z theoretically could do something here. While it is theoretically possible, it is highly improbable.
The challenge begins. The long
Flit's rotating away.
road ahead. Yeah, this is kind of a good time to move in. Flit's back, though. Flit's back. He's actually bringing support with him as well. Jame on the way. So for a second there, they were banking on A, but once the presence is shown at the top end of Banana, they are in a very comfortable position. Cheeky little one-way for Kicker. I don't know if it was his or... I think it might be. All the same, in comes the utility. Nice angle, but the spam doesn't quite land as well as you would expect. And there you go. Kicker, as I said, fakes things out, thinking it was their own coffin smoke. He comes away with an easy kill. Oh, and a lovely find. What a great read from Kicker to keep the dreams alive here. Trying to track him on the edge of the smoke. Not going to work out. He now has the support as well to retake the coffin's area. DGT can't go large enough. It's all on to Max and Try to deny away from 15 rounds. Just now, Try. Game getting away. Round is over. 15 is hit, and VP are so damn close.
My God, VP are lining up a grand final spot here. And like we said, if it's N2 join them, that means that VP guarantee themselves a spot towards Pro League, which is huge. Ent have already got their spot towards ESL Pro League. So whoever joins Ent in a final, if it is to be VP, then it's theirs. But of course, Fours could still...
Ents haven't won yet, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on now.
Fours could still cause an upset. Ent, of course, being the favourites that one, but Fours have always had their way and were present at the previous Pro League as well. So we never know. But for VP, this win alone could be enough if it is to be Ents.
Yep.
If it isn't, though, then it's all on in the grand finals.
Well, we'll have to find out, of course. But VP looking to lock in their spot and lock it in quick. This would be a hell of a statement to send. Look at the Counter-Strike that we are playing today, fellas. We have just found our series with only 11 rounds dropped. All the same, 9Z hoping to extend the game ever so slightly, keep things, I don't know, dignified, I guess.
I'm not committed just yet. It's looking over towards A right now. They might even just go for a full go here. I mean, they haven't really got a lot of util to work with. 9Z got some space. David will catch himself with a flash, but at least he's tucked himself out of mid. He's got that position alone. The smoke's dissipated over towards long too, but it's Kicker who finds the first. Max will trade. But Jane posted, ready, waiting. DGT with a bomb in hand, swings, and it drops. He rolls forward, and ladies and gentlemen, that is that. 16-4. Virtus.pro close out Inferno. 9Z getting only 11 rounds across 2 maps. Meaning they bow out in an undignified fashion here. It was commiserations to 9Z, but it's congratulations to VP.